Hey, Annie S2S here. I am out in my Lotus Elise today, and I thought, well, I'm out in my Lotus Elise every day. It's a bloody daily, isn't it? It's raining, as you can see. It's pretty horrible, and I kind of got an inspiration to pull over and do a little video. So one of the main questions that people ask, certainly on the Lotus groups and stuff, is about what a Lotus Elise is like on a daily basis and what it's like to live with. So I thought I would do a video about it, and then hopefully you can, I don't know, watch it before you buy one, basically. So in short, it's all right actually. It rattles. It's a Lotus. My roof leaks, as you can see. It's pretty, leaky. But that is because I haven't changed the roof. It didn't used to do that when I first got the car. It was all right actually. So they do steam up pretty easily. So when I get in the car, they unsteam quite quickly once they're warmed. But when you first get in the car, you kind of have to just sit there for 10 minutes or warm it up before you drive off, because there's no option to, unsteam it quickly, basically. Winter tyres, in terms of winter tyres, I've got some in my garage that I haven't put on, mainly because I'm a lazy cow. And it's been fine. I've driven it in wet, I've driven it in torrential rain, I've driven it in ice, snow, everything, and it's always been fine. But then I do drive carefully in that sort of weather. Obviously you can, in a straight line, put your foot down a bit, and it will be okay, as long as it's not, or obviously aquaplaning or something like that. It's quite scary when it aquaplanes, because you've got no control, and it will be the same in any car. The only thing to note, obviously, is try and keep the car in a straight line as much as possible. So if you've done any track time, you'll know, try and keep the car as straight as possible to get the speed up, blah blah blah. The same principle is the case for when you're driving in rain or slippery weather. Obviously you don't want to be going around the corners driving like a lunatic, because that's when you lose it. I luckily haven't lost it in that weather. I have had the tail out a little bit because I've been playing too much in fair weather, or basically it was before I knew how to take the racing line, and I was a bit of a crap driver, really. Yeah, so obviously if you're going off roundabouts and whatnot, before you go around the roundabout, get down to the correct speed that you're going to go around the roundabout safely, and then don't put your foot down again until you're past the roundabout and you're in a straight line again, because all you're going to do is put the tail out. And with these cars, because they're mid-engined and the weight distribution is very even, it's not like, for example, a BMW where you can drift it and it's okay. You've got it, and then you've lost it and you don't know that it's coming. Likewise an MX-5, you can sort of tell when it's going to go, whereas with an Elise you just can't. It's one of those things, you've either got it or you haven't. And they are very forgiving in terms of what they can handle and what you can do with them. But as I say, if you take the mick too much, and certainly in wet weather or ice or slippery or whatever, you're gonna end up facing the wrong way, basically. But I guess my advice would be, if you haven't driven rear-wheel drive cars or anything like that before, or you're not particularly comfortable in the wet, then I wouldn't buy one as a daily. If you do buy one as a daily, again, I'd suggest that you kind of get used to the car, and probably do some track time or some sort of skid pan day or something to get used to it and find the limit, because as I say, there's no forgiveness. Once you've lost it, you've lost it. So yeah, as it's a Lotus, obviously it has absolutely no creature comforts whatsoever, so don't expect any. It is cold. You will be freezing if you're driving in cold weather. It's not like you get in, for example, new cars or Porsches or whatever, you can generally warm them up, and it's not a horrible place to be. It is quite it's not a nice place to be. You've got my heater barely works. It's pretty much as useful as me blowing on it. So yeah, effectively don't buy a Lotus if you want creature comforts, and if you don't want to learn how to drive properly, basically. But yeah, so it's got virtually no creature comforts. It's cold, it's wet, it's horrible, but it's a Lotus, and that's what you expect, pretty much. So yeah, my advice to anyone thinking about buying one as a daily is, as I say, just go and drive them. Think about whether you want the creature comforts, or whether you can deal with being somewhere that isn't great in the winter. And if you want the creature comforts, then I'd suggest buying a second car at least. And if you don't mind not having any creature comforts, then do it. So yeah, don't know what else to say really, other than please subscribe and like the video, and if you've got Lotus as a daily, tell me what you think, and if there's anything I missed, because there probably is. Yeah, bye. Right, I've just got home and I thought I'd show you what I mean about the car steaming up really easily. Yeah, so that was after what, 2 minutes of me speaking into my phone to you guys. It actually doesn't really do it justice, but I can't see anything out of it anyway. I think the camera's doing nice, making it look nice. But yeah.